Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, harem series antics, every type of love interest cliche possible, anime-obsessed deities, and manga news. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Spiraken Manga Review, episode 537. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope you're doing well and hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Mine was kind of relaxing, not as stressful as I thought it would be. And Black Friday, well, we're not going to get into that. But I digress. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you're excited to talk about more fun, awesome manga, or manga that could be potentially horrible. You're going to have to wait and see. But if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is a podcast that provides informative reviews about connected enhanced narratives. We've been doing it since 2008, and we try to tell you the best qualities about manga, how the art style is, the overarching plot, how the characters are, and most importantly, if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to do anything I, my co-host, say, but we try to be educational, enlightening, exciting, and most importantly, entertaining. You can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Blue Sky, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKN. I guarantee you'll find us one way or the other. And if you're watching on YouTube, definitely remember to click on that subscribe button, like us, and click on the bell for notification to hear when we get new episodes out. And with that in mind, let's get to it, because if you remember from that last episode, I spun that one that only the Wheel of Manga, and it dictated to be that I'm reviewing a very, well, let's just say harem manga. So, last episode I spun, and it turned out that I'm going to be reviewing a manga, well, that was written by Rikito Nakamura and illustrated by Yukiko Nozawa. This is published by Shueisha, but brought over here to the US by Seven Seas Entertainment. It was released in Young Jump Magazine, same thing as the last one, also Young Jump Magazine. The original one for this was 2019. It's still coming out. There are 16 volumes, and it is not complete yet. They're only at 27 out of 100, so we're going to be here a while. It is a seinen series that is a harem rom-com that goes way, way, way too far, and we'll get into it in a bit. And the original title was Kimi no koto ga dai 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 daisuki na hyaku nin no kanoko, or as it is translated into English as The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. This is a crazy, insane harem series that has gone way too far. Most times there is a limit of what a harem series will go to. It's like, okay, we have 3 girls, we have 5 girls, we have 8 girls, we have the Ranma 1/2 situation where it's girls, guys, and everything in between. And then this one, they just said, you know what, we're going to give him 100 girls, and more importantly, he has to be with all of them for a specific reason, and if not, it's going to go horribly wrong. So he has to woo and get 100 girls to agree to go out with each other in a very insane way. But let's get into what this is about, because it is the story of a young man by the name of Rentaro Aijo. And Rentaro, when we open up, he has just confessed to his 100th girl. And she pretty much tells him, you know what, I like you, but I don't like you enough to date you. And completely crushes his soul. And this is the last day of middle school, and he is depressed. Turns out that he wants to be in love. He's looking for the love of his life, and it has failed miserably. He's had 100 possible people he's talked to. They've all said no. He is dejected and sad. So what he does, he ends up going to a shrine to pray. And when he gets to the shrine, he puts all of his luck, says, I wish for all of my luck to do amazing so I can get a girlfriend in the future. And it turns out that the god of the shrine is there, and he appears and tells him, listen, Rentaro, you are going to get the love of your life just like you asked for. He's like, wait, what do you mean, you weirdo? What's going on? He's like, well, listen, I am the god of love, and I screwed up. What happened was, when we were supposed to give someone a soulmate, I was watching Laputa Castle in the Sky, and I kind of spaced out, so I screwed up. But don't worry about it. I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to make it up to you how? You're going to find the love of your life, your soulmate, in high school. Great. One tiny problem. When I was watching Laputa, I accidentally hit the wrong button on your life. So instead of you having one soulmate, you have 100 soulmates. And he's like, really? This sounds kind of far-fetched. You just sound like a crazy weirdo ghost. And so he decides to just forget about it, but he's excited because it's the potentiality of him having a romantic person who loves him for him and he could love for them. It's that love at first sight. When you see a person, you lock eyes with each other and immediately the world fades away and it's just you and them. That's all it is. And that's what he wants. He wants that emotional comfort and maybe the physical part too. He wants all that. And he's hoping for it. And when he gets to school the next day, he is officially a high school student and he ends up bumping into two girls by accident. And they both get knocked down. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me." And when they lock eyes, suddenly fireworks sparks and all the rigmarole happens. They are in love with each other. It turns out that the two girls that are in love with him are, one, you have Hikari Hanazono, who is a very rich and busty and kind of perverted girl who's really into things like, "Oh, I fell down. Why don't you hold me close to your chest and take me to the nurse's office so I could get better, and oh, let me feel you, and oh, you brought me a soda? Well, why don't I drink the same one that you had so we could have an indirect kiss?" She's really, really into him. And then we have Karane Inda, and she is a tsundere. She is not a nice person. She is mean, abusive, and kind of horrible to him, but she really likes him. It's the, "I hate you, you're a jerk. Oh, but you look nice at me. That doesn't mean I like you." And she runs off. But it's they both were injured by him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, let me help you up." And he likes them, they like him, they don't know how to deal with this. And they end up hearing two people say, "Listen, if you get a pink four-leaf clover, you could tell the love of your life and you'll be together forever." And so they kind of poof off to look for these because they're so interested in this guy that they want to have him. They are in love with him. This is the love of their life. And, well, after a couple of things that happen, he ends up talking to them. There's a little bit of a misunderstanding involving some soda cans, but they both confess to him in a very kind of romantical way where they both say, "We love you. I want to go out with you." And they're both very different way. One's completely like, "I love you so much, go out with me." And that one's like, "Well, I didn't mean this, but I love you too, so why don't you go out with me instead?" And now he has the choice of two girls. And it's a great dilemma because these girls love him for him. He loves them for them. And it's not him being perverted. These are his soulmates. And he is confused by this. And the god of love shows up and says, "Yeah, listen, these two girls, they are perfect for you. So you're trying to choose between the perfect partner in your life. These are both made for you from the heavens. So no matter which one you choose, you will love them. They will love you. Your life will be great. There is one small problem. All humans are designed for only one soulmate. Not two, not three, one. And whoever you break the heart of, they are going to never find someone else, and they're going to die alone in a horrifying way." So this pretty much means that he has to fall in love with and be with every single one of the 100 girls, or else they're going to die in a horrible accident because he has to return the feelings of each of his soulmates. So he's kind of in a really fucked up situation because, let's be honest, he has to tell the girls, "I love you, I want to be with you, but I can't be with you, I have to be with this girl too. We have to be in a polyamorous relationship, and I have to give time for every single one of you." And he has no idea how to do this, but what he does is kind of a really nice romantic gesture for the two girls. And he says, "Listen, please go out with me. Please both go out with me. It's not too timing, really. It is, but it isn't. But I want to date you both with your blessing because I really care about you both. I'm not cheating on you. It's just, this is how it's going to go." And because the girls do care about him and they do love him, and because he does such a romantic gesture, they both agree to be his girlfriends. And then this creates this whole clusterfuck of all these girls showing up, and each one he ends up having to be with. And each one clicks a different check mark on the different type of girls possible. You want a stoic girl? They've got it. You want the bookworm? Got it. You want the mom? Got it. You want the grandma, who's actually a chibi girl for some weird reason? Got it. You want the girl who's a kangaroo girl? Got it. You want the foreigner who's not really a foreigner? Got it. All of these are in this, and like I said, there is 100 girls in this series, and yeah, this is what it is. It's just pretty much he has to woo the girls and they stay with him. There is no which one is he going to choose. This is, he gets all of them, and honestly, this series is on the one hand, it is a series that actually was ranked as one of the it was the second nominee for the 6th annual Next Manga Award, and it was ranked 19th on the 2021 Shinkan Manga Taisho Reviewer, which is crazy. This anime was asked for. The anime apparently is very well done, but honestly, this series is a very large mess because it literally is just, hey, you want a girlfriend? Cool. How about 100 girlfriends and make it all work? And this is going to work because we're not going to give the choice. We're just going to get rid of all the harem antics. It's just going to be, the misunderstanding is they don't want to be with him, but then they're going to automatically be with him no matter what. There is no gain for this. There is no risk for this. He is getting everything. This is wish fulfillment to its nth degree. This is a series that is just, you're going to get it no matter what. And for that reason, it's just kind of spinning its wheels. And I know there are tons of other harem series we've talked about where this similar situation happens, where there are a bunch of girls after him and essentially he's with them. Manmusume is one of those. Tenchi Muyo is one of those. There are so many where you have this where he's going to end up with everybody. It gets rid of the choice. And some people find that fascinating and wonderful. I don't. I mean, the comedy is kind of clever. There's some great moments, and I'll be honest, there are some really romantic moments that are well done in this series. He actually does love them. They're his soulmates, and the things he does is really well done. But after 5, it just gets, now you're going too far. Now this is too much. You can't cycle this down. Nope, it's going to be all 100. And that's all it is. It's just wash, rinse, repeat. Find the girl, misunderstanding, woo the girl, go back to the beginning. That's all this is. It's the same thing over and over and over again. And like I said, this is one of those ones, if you've never read a harem series before, this is going to put you in a really weird place. And if you've read harems before, this is one where it's, you can have a favorite girl, but it's like she gets the booby prize. Pun not intended. She gets the participant prize because everyone's a winner. And that really is a shame because there are some girls who you feel should do better than others, and you can't. This isn't how it works. It's weird. This is just straight up fantasy, in my opinion. But the art is really well done, and there are some great moments in this. And I gotta say, Rentaro isn't a prick. He's not an asshole. He's someone who actually is considerate for everyone's feelings. And that is refreshing. And that it is refreshing to have a protagonist who's not a major pervert, who's not a asshole, who's someone who's actually there for his girls and does the best he can for his girls. And that I can't say anything wrong with. The girls, on the other hand, well, like I said, literally each one is a cliche of everything possible. And then just to make it more interesting, let's have the girls actually like each other in romantic ways too, which leads to a whole other thing, which this is a fetishist story. And for that reason, I have to give this the same rating I gave last time, which was, unfortunately, your typical reading material at your local correction facility or psychiatric institute. This is a series that maybe the concept was interesting in one way or another, but this is lazy writing. It's just, let's just take every cliche and throw it at the book and see what happens. We'll make fun characters, weird characters, and characters that are to make you interested. Or maybe not. We don't know. We don't care. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised the series is still going on. I'm pretty sure it's just because completionists want to see him get all 100. And I am curious if Rikito Nakamura is going to keep going, because this has got to be like you're locked in a contract to do this, because I would get bored of this really fast. But, hey, it's not just me. What are your thoughts? Did you enjoy this? Did you like this? Did you think this was well done? Let me know. Email me personally at Xan, that's Xan, @Spiraken.com. You can let me know if you agree with me, if you think this is really good, whatever your thoughts are. Let me know. Also, you can leave a comment in the show notes down below, or just leave a comment below. And for the random question of the day, have harem series finally gone too far? Is this finally the dam has broke? We have just gone too far with all harem series? Or is it one of those ones where you think it's not too far, that this is the beginning, we're going to go more crazy, we're going to have 1,000 girls, and you're going to be excited for every single one of them? Let me know. Email me at xan@spiraken.com. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week, because we've got a bunch of them, and they are actually some really choice titles. Because starting off with this little happy one, which is going to be The Stepmother Marchen, Volume 2. Then you have Agents of the Four Seasons, Volume 1, Dance of Spring, Part 1. Anyhow, The Rabbit is Infatuated with the Puppy, Part 1. Don't ask, weird title. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world, Volume 8, the manga. Beyond the Clouds, Volume 5. Cells at Work, the Omnibus 1, which is Volumes 1 through 3 of the series. Dungeon Builder, The Demon King's Labyrinth is a Modern City, Volume 8. Goblin Slayer, Volume 16, the light novel. Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom, the manga. How a Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, light novel, Volume 17. This series is still hitting like no tomorrow. I love how this is done. And yes, I just made the statement that 100 Girlfriends does kind of the same thing, but this one does it a little better where it's not a bajillion people. It's once it gets past 10, it gets weird in my opinion. But I digress. Because there's only like 6 in this. But anyway, never mind. Go on. Next, we have How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Volume 17. Into the Deepest, Most Unknown Dungeon, Volume 7. Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Volume 1, the manga. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean, Volume 1. Finally, Jolene is now officially in on the board. Then we have Liar Liar, Volume 2. Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout, Volume 2. My Lovesick Life as a 90s Otaku, Volume 1. Reborn as a Barrier Master, Volume 5. Sailor Moon, Volume 5. Saving 80,000 Gold in Another World for My Retirement, Volume 3, the light novel. Scribbles, Volume 2. This is the art book / journal for one of the best josei writers out there, and this is one of those ones which, unfortunately, for some reasons, I didn't put this on my top 5, but this is one of those ones that I definitely want to get, just because the art is so fascinating with this. But I digress. Next we have She Professed Herself Pupil of the Wise Man, the light novel, Volume 9. Tekken Kinkreet's 30th Anniversary, the black and white edition. Yes, Tekken Kinkreet came out 30 years ago. That makes me feel kind of depressed. But yeah. Anyway, next. The Apothecary Diaries, Volume 10. The Haunted Bookstore, Gateway to a Parallel Universe, light novel, Volume 7. The Invincible Shovel, Volume 6. The Kingdom of Ruin, Volume 7. The NPCs in This Village Sim Game Must Be Real, Volume 5. Training Master Sakurada. Wolf and Parchment New Theory Spice and Wolf, Volume 7, the light novel. And then last and certainly not least, we have World's End Harem Fantasia, Volume 10. So 31 new titles this week, and all of them have their merits and their demerits. Some are really amazing, some are kind of garbagey. And because of the reasons, because there's so many, here are the ones that I put as my top 5 of the week. And there were a lot I wanted to put. I actually had to cull down. But I'm going to say my top 5 for this week were Wolf and Parchment New Theory Spice and Wolf Volume 7, the light novel. Been waiting for this one for a while. The Tekken Kinkreet Black and White 30th Anniversary Edition. It's a beautiful book. It looks amazing, and it just has the book feel to it. So there's that. Apothecary Diaries, Volume 10. My Lovesick Life as an Otaku, or 90s Otaku, Volume 1. This is something very different. It is an autobiographical story that looks to be intriguing, engaging, and more importantly, something that you're going to want to read over and over again. And then last and not least, we can't go wrong with the JoJos, especially a JoJo that goes to jail for DWI, even though she apparently doesn't drink. And yes, we're talking about Stone Ocean. So those are my top 5. What about you? What's the 5 that you're most excited about? Which ones you're most interested in? Let me know. Email me personally, Zan, that's xan@spiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And so with that in mind, as we're going further, as always, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're all awesome. And all of the comments, all the emails, all the subscribers, they give me more motivation to keep doing this podcast. I love doing this. I've been doing it since 2008, and I'm going to keep going until I'm an old man who has to read manga with thick glasses. So thank you. We have a bunch of new events happening. And just to let you know, because of the next month's going to be kind of crazy for me, I'm taking a little hiatus. So the new year, 2024, we will be doing back up and running. So this is like a first actual official announced break I'm taking. But don't worry about it, because I always post something random on TikTok or Twitter, X, or on Blue Sky. So don't worry there, I'll still be there. But you're going to see me as soon as you can. Just next couple weeks will be kind of crazy. But then after that, I'm going to be hitting the ground running. Everything should be evened out and sweet. So with that in mind, let's actually get to the part that you have all been waiting for. And what are we talking about? We're talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what we've done is we've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the Wheel of Manga, and whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that title is the one we're going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 538. Yes, 538 episodes of this awesome, amazing, wonderful, terrible, insane podcast about manga and all the coolness behind it. And it'll actually be our 600th manga, if I remember correctly, because we have so many where we have two mangas in an episode. But I digress. So let's spin into your review in the next episode, shall we? Number 4, Sign of Affection. Pretty cool. That's going to be a little bit of fun. Maybe that's a good one to start the new year off, I think. Another romance series, but this one's a Shonen, I believe. Shoujo, if I remember correctly. But digress, so we'll see how that one goes. But anyway, as usual, I'm your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time. And as always, keep reading manga. See you later.